Hello guys, welcome back to Black Metal Promotion. Today we gon' talk about evolution of Belphegor. If you are new to this channel and if you love black metal, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. So let's start. Belphegor is an Austrian black and death metal band from Salzburg. They originally formed in 1991 under the name Betrayer before changing their name in 1993, deriving their current name from the demon Belphegor. In Christian demonology, Belphegor, or Belphegor, Hebrew, Bal-Pr, Lord of the Gap, is a demon, and one of the 7 princes of hell. In later Kabbalah, Belphegor is a demon who helps people make discoveries. He seduces people by suggesting to them ingenious inventions that will make them rich, stagnating that which could not be accredited to it. Bishop and witch hunter Peter Binsfeld believed that Belphegor tempts by means of laziness also. According to Peter Binsfeld's classification of demons, Belphegor is the chief demon of the deadly sin known as sloth in Christian tradition. History. Early years, 1991 to 1997. Belphegor was founded as Betrayer in 1991 by vocalist and bassist Max, guitarists Helmuth and Sigurd, and drummer Chris. The band released their first demo Crucifixion in April 1991, and Unborn Blood later on. After adopting the name Belphegor in 1993, they released another demo, Bloodbath in Paradise on maxi CD format. At some point before or after the release of this demo, Max departed from the band, resulting in Helmuth assuming his role as both vocalist and guitarist of Belphegor since. In between 1993 and 1996, session member AX performed bass, after which bassist Mario Marius Klausner joined the band as a full-time member. The band was briefly signed to Perverted Taste Records, the label on which the demo Obscure and Deep was released in 1994. This release featured a cover of the Black Sabbath song Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Their first album, The Last Supper, was released by Lethal Records in January 1995. At this time the band's logo was also redesigned to include 2 inverted crosses surrounded by blood. 1997 to 2002. The band's second album Blood Sabbath was released in October 1997, featuring Man, of Mastic Scum, on session drums. This was followed by an 18-date tour of Europe in April and May 1998 with Behemoth and Ancient. The band's debut album The Last Supper was re-released in 1999 and came clad in all new artwork and featured an additional 6 extra tracks from the Obscure and Deep EP. The following year, the third album Necrodemon Terrors Athen was released by Last Episode, nowadays known as Black Attic, where Man again performed session drums. The band eventually left Last Episode and later denounced them as a rip-off label. In January 2001, Belphegor headlined a few shows at outdoor venues at Fuck the Commerce 4, with Full Force 8 and Hell on Earth in Germany with support from Dunkelgrafen and Dawn of Dreams. In 2002, Belphegor played at the Summer Breeze, Brutal Assault and Morbid Festspiele prior to further German gigs in December. It was also around then when Belphegor first recruited drummer Torturer, Mordager, and bassist Barth. After releasing their live album Infernal Live Orgasm on their own label Philologia Productions, they signed with Napalm Records. 2003 to 2005. After having signed up with Napalm Records, the lineup of vocalist and guitarist Helmuth, guitarist Sigurd, bassist Barth, and drummer Torturer recorded the 4th album Lucifer in Stews, produced by Alex Krull of Atrocity. The album was released in December 2003, and a European tour followed. Belphegor entered Master Sound Studio in Fellbach during September 2004 record their 5th album Goatreich, Flesh Cult, again produced by Alex Krull. The band undertook a mini-tour in November with Disastrous Murmur, and played at the X-Mass Festival alongside Napalm Death, Marduk, Fintroll, and Vader. In February 2005, Goatreich, Flesh Cult was released in various formats, including a vinyl edition limited to 1,000 copies. Digipack variants added the instrumental track Heresy of Fire as a bonus. That same month, drummer Torturer left the band and was replaced by Nefastus, Tomasz Janisowski. In April, Belphegor headlined the 18-day Goatreich, Flesh Cult Europe Tour PT. With support from Archon in Faustus, as VIDOES, and in Eternum. The band soon departed from Napalm Records, on the grounds the label did not support them enough and they were fed up with this respectless treatment. 2005 to 2009. Belphegor signed with Nuclear Blast in 2005, and commenced recording the album Pestapocalypse 6 in producer Andy Claessens, who also produced the band's debut album The Last Supper, Stage 1 Studios in November. After having played bass on 6 of the 9 tracks on the new album, bassist Barth was forced to leave the band and terminate his career after suffering a hand injury that left him unable to continue performing. This led to Belphegor withdrawing from a tour with Hate Eternal in April 2006, and Helmuth was forced to record the remaining bass lines on the new album himself while Robin Eaglestone, ex-Cradle of Filth, Imperial Black, was recruited as a session bassist for live performances between April and October. Barth's full-time replacement was Serpent, who joined the band in October. Pestapocalypse 6 was released in October 2006, and drummer Nefasta soon left the band. Session drummers have since been recruited including Lil Grubber, Blasphemer, Jan Banquets, and former Belphegor drummer Torturer. That same month Nuclear Blast issued a special ammunition box variant of the Pestapocalypse 6 album, limited to just 500 copies and packed with the CD in digipack, a patch, a belt, and emergency provisions. A vinyl version of the album was also restricted to 500 copies. Pestapocalypse 6 was further promoted by promotional videos for the songs Blutsturm Erotica and Belphegor, Hell's Ambassador directed by Florian Werner. Belphegor were set to play the X-Mass Festival again in December 2006, however the festival was cancelled. Nevertheless, they were among the bands supporting Danzig on their Blackest of the Black tour in North America in December 2006 to January 2007, and they toured North America again in February, March 2007 with Unleashed, Chryseon, and Hate Sphere. With support initially from Cataclysm and Unleashed and later from Archon in Faustus, Belphegor headlined the Midwinter Blot European Tour Part 2 in May. The band also played at the famous Wacken Open Air Festival in August. In September, the band co-headlined with Gorgoroth in most of the venues on the latter's tour of South America. In January 2008, founding member Sigurd underwent eye surgery, and because of this it was not known whether he would resume with his role in Belphegor. A few months later however, Helmuth said Sigurd had chosen to leave the band permanently following their tour of Europe in late 2007. For Belphegor's North American tour in February 2008 he was replaced by Anthony Poloni, and he was eventually replaced by Merluca as full-time guitarist. In April 2008, Bondage Goat Zombie was released featuring Helmuth on vocals and both lead and rhythm guitars, Serpent on bass and Torturer on drums. As well as a standard CD release, this album came in a variety of formats including a limited edition digipack complete with a DVD hosting video clips, behind-the-scenes footage, a studio making of documentary, live footage and a freak section, and a further limited option install helmet packaging complete with dog tag as well as a red vinyl version limited to 1,000 copies. This was followed by an appearance at the Hellfest Summer Open Air Festival in France in June 2008, and they supported Nile and Grave on the Ithyphallic Tour of Europe in September 2008. In October 2008, the band once again toured North America with Amon Amarth. 2009, present. In January 2009, an announcement was made stating the band was working on a new album, and Nefastus again would be responsible for the drums. It was reported recording had begun in February 2009, and Nefastus completed recording the drum parts. On February 23, 2009, Helmuth announced the rhythm guitar and bass lines had been recorded in the second studio session. Ostensibly, the new album was tentatively titled Hexenwan, Totenkult. As opposed to previous tales of the Inquisition, this focuses upon the darker, more dismal of the mighty, powerful witches who conjure and worship demons. Those who have a pact with the forces of hell through the occult. The concept deals with demonology, witchcraft/hexenwen, depraved succubbi, blackest erotica, and as always, the Grand Devil, himself. On June 9, 2009, the album's title was revealed to be Walpurgis Rites, Hexenwen. On July 3, 2009, it was announced that the recording was completed and that the album would be released in October 2009. Furthermore, Brazilian artist Marcelo HVC commenced work on the album cover and imagery. The band embarked on another North American tour in April 2009, which was headlined by Creator and Exodus, along with Warbringer and Epicurean. In November 2009, the band joined the Heathen Fest tour in North America, along with Elvedi, Ailstorm, Kivamet Sandruidi, and Vriad. In December 2009, the band played in South America with Obituary. On January 14, 2011, Belphegor released another album entitled Blood Magic Necromance and toured the US with Sepultura in support of the album. The band was on hold after their 2011 South American tour until May 2012 due to Leaner going through a serious and difficult operation after being infected with typhoid fever. On August 23, 2014, the band performed at the Agglutination Metal Festival in Italy, along with bands like Carcass and Entombed AD. Belphegor released their 10th album, Conjuring the Dead, on August 8, 2014 via Nuclear Blast. It entered the official German charts at number 60, as well as reaching number 33 in the Austrian album charts, number 177 in France, number 13 Heatseekers, number 52 hard music charts in USA and number 58 in Canada. It was their best chart result ever in these countries. Before Belphegor's show in St. Petersburg, the band's leader Helmuth Leaner was attacked by Anatoly Artyuk, an Orthodox activist and the assistant of the deputy Vitaly Milonov. The incident happened at the Pulkovo airport on April 19, 2016. Their latest album Totten Ritual was released on September 15, 2017. Their 12th album will be released in May 2022.